Hi everyone, my name's Chloe. I work at Groundwork South in Conn Valley Regional Park, and I'm here today to talk to you about one of our non-native invasive species that is invading our river systems and our riverbanks, and chat to you about how to identify them correctly. So this plant is called Himalayan Balsam. You can see an example of it behind me just here. The plant is a terrestrial plant, and what it does is it grows along our riverbanks, and it also grows in wet woodlands. It dominates the area and creates a sea of green and pink, which creates a cascade of negative effects for our local habitat. Firstly, I'd like to chat to you about how to identify the species, and so we're going to look at its most iconic feature, its flowers. Here are the flowers of Himalayan Balsam, and you can see they have this beautiful rich pink colour. Their colour can vary from dark pink to a light coloured pink, but it's one of the best ways to identify the plant, as the flowers arrive from about June to August. The flowers also have a really iconic shape, as they have a slipper-shaped flower with a helmeted upper petal and a short spur, which can span from about 2.5 to 4 centimetres. Those beautiful flowers eventually turn into exploding, elongated seed pods, which appear from July to August. These seed pods are very well adapted, as they can shoot the seeds up to 7 metres away from the plant. So if you see them when you're out in nature, please stay away from them at all costs. Next, we're going to look at the plant's leaves. The leaves are large, dark green and lance-shaped, with finely serrated edges, as you can see here. They grow on the stem in sets of 3, and they can span up to 15 centimetres in diameter. Another way you can identify Himalayan balsam is by looking at the stem. The stem can grow up to 3 metres tall in prime conditions, and the colour varies from green to red. A way you can identify it from other species is by giving it a gentle squeeze, as the stem is hollow and sappy and produces a really nice crunch noise like this. It's quite satisfying, to say the least. Next though, we're going to look at its roots.
Another identification feature you might be able to spot is its root system. You'll only be able to see this as the plant has been removed or is lying flat on the ground. And the root system is incredibly shallow and fleshy. It has these thin roots which vary from white to pink in coloration. But it also has the ability to regrow roots from each node. So if the plant has been flattened at each node, such as here, it can shoot out new roots and carry on growing.
A species that looks very similar to Himalayan balsam is called orange balsam. It's from the same family, it grows in the same habitat, but it's very easy to distinguish between due to these factors. Number 1, it has flowers which are in the same formation as Himalayan balsam, but they have a distinctive orange colour. Number 2 is their leaves are much smaller, more rounded, and have fewer serrations. And number 3, they don't grow as tall as Himalayan balsam, they only grow up to about 1 metre or so high. So they're very easy to distinguish between. Himalayan balsam reproduces via seeds, which are dispersed widely at a rate of 645 kilometres squared per year. Each plant can produce up to 800 seeds, which are viable in the seed bank up to 2 years. This means that Himalayan balsam can be eradicated from a site, but it takes a minimum of at least 2 years before you can get rid of it all, which is highlighting the importance of working together to remove this species from our whole landscape. Furthermore, Himalayan balsam is listed under Schedule 9 of the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981, deeming it an offence to plant, spread or cause the plant to grow in the environment, which is why we're asking for your guys' help to identify where these populations are across the park, so that together we can work to eradicate it. If you're interested in helping out, please check out our website, convalleyregionalpark.org.uk, for more information about how you can head out to do surveys or you can volunteer at balsam bashes. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Take care.